John Jones leaving the division, is that good or bad for a light heavyweight?
I'm not sure, if I'm being honest. I think that it creates a lot of parity. It creates a lot of interesting conversations, a lot of cool matchups, I think it creates a lot of cool conversations and some fun matchups and a little bit more parity and maybe some more, I don't know, it's just some more unknowns. And I think that's what's good for a division. I think when you have John Jones in a division, it's kind of like, well, John's probably going to win this fight, and then we're going to move on, and the next guy's going to come up, and John's going to win that fight. And now we're not really sure. And there's a lot of mixing and matching, and like, is Thiago going to beat Glover? And if he does, then I beat Rakic. Then does Thiago fight for the title, or do we have to fight each other? And it just creates a lot of fun conversations. But at the end of the day, it sucks that John's leaving the division, and there's a lot of us who have lost to John that are looking forward to that opportunity to fight him again, and we're not going to get that opportunity. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing for the division or not. I really don't.
Speaking of Yoel Romero, your fight with Yoel was an absolute war and a classic. A lot of people are sort of wondering, how are you able to take such big shots? How are you able to sort of roll with the punches the way that you do? I mean, your nickname is the Eraser, but is there a secret there that sort of comes into play when you're dealing with people and sort of trying to deal with those kinds of big shots?
You know, I like to think about myself like a real tough guy. Maybe the toughest guy on the planet, because I train very hard with 2-3 guys at the same session of training with, very hard hits, very hard punch, very hard kicks, for real, not 100%. I mean, not for just fake, just shadow box. No. So this make me very prepared to fight on real fights with real opponents like Comet. I am not afraid to get hits, because I did this already on my fight camp for 3 or 2 months. So I'm completely prepared to fight a real fight, prepared to make a real fight. So that the difference I think I have between me and Adesanya. He's fragile. He knows that. He knows he's fragile. He knows he cannot get 2 or 3 very hard hits on his face, on his body. He will be broken. He know already that. And because he got knocked two times with big gloves on kickboxing to a guy, Aleksandar, with big gloves, 14 or 16 ounce gloves. Imagine what I can do with him, with his skinny, fragile body, with 4 ounces on my hands. I will raise him. I definitely will erase him, prepared to be erased. Adesanya guy.
This writ large over the next 3.5 months before this fight happens?
Really just focusing on myself, making sure that I'm technically sound everywhere. Amanda is a phenomenal athlete, and she has, she doesn't do anything flashy, she doesn't do anything crazy. She does a great job of being fundamentally sound everywhere. And I think for us, it's just matching that, but also not taking away from the skills that I have that got me there. And I think just focusing on us, not focusing too much on what she's going to do. We're going to be ready regardless. And I think just making sure that we make the executive decisions when we need to, and making sure that translates across into getting a hand raised.
Some fighters look at their first UFC title shot as, this is any other fight. I'm going to do what got me there. Others lean into it and say, no, this is a bigger stage. There's going to be more media attention. There's more at stake here financially. Which approach do you think you will take for Nunes v. Anderson in UFC 256?
Probably more of the first one. This is just another day in the office. This isn't, anything that we haven't been preparing for already. Each fight is always the biggest fight of your career, and I've been in high-profile fights before, and I have had, a lot of media, and for some reason I always get a lot of media requests, and that's something that I'm always used to. So it's going to be no different here. And I think for us, it's just focusing on quieting out the noise, the outside noise, and just focusing on being a cohesive unit and being a close-knit team to make sure that we get the job done, and we get the job done in emphatic fashion.
A quick follow-up there, you talk about quieting out the crowd noise. How much easier do you think would it be, or will it be easier to quiet the proverbial noise if there is no actual noise in the arena and it's just you and Amanda in an empty, say, Apex facility or Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, that's something that will be interesting to kind of adjust to. But I've fought in very, very minimal crowds before. Maybe 50 people. So I've kind of been there. I've been on both ends of the spectrum. I've been in a crowd of 50 people and the sold out Marvel Stadium. So I've kind of been in both, and really it's just making sure that I don't let any of those outside distractions take away from the task at hand.
And I know Anthony's lost 2 of his last 3, but he has some really good wins. And even in his last fight against Glover, he was doing well until he got caught in the second round. And of course, it became very controversial because some people felt like his corner should have stopped the fight, or the referee. Did you watch his last fight, and what did you think of his performance?
Yes, I watched many fights of Anthony. Me and my team was studying him for the whole camp, and I watched also the last fight against Glover. He started really good, and like you said, in the second he got cut. And big respect to Anthony. He's a true Lionheart, like his nickname. He took everything. And Glover is an experienced guy like Anthony, and we saw what happened in the 4th round. The referee stopped the fight. Maybe they could stop it earlier, but it's part of the game, and I respect Anthony. He's really, really a true warrior. But on Saturday he can show this to me. But it's gonna be a long night for him.
And I was gonna say, because you've had those fast knockout wins, but you've also gone the distance twice in the UFC as well. So, because a lot of times we'll see guys with a lot of first round knockouts, and there are a lot of question marks of what will happen after round 1, what will happen after round 2, does he have the cardio? But you've shown, you've gone twice the 15 minutes in your UFC career. So I know you're probably aiming for a quick knockout, but how do you see this fight playing out?
I was 3 times in my fights going by the decision, the first and the second, and now against Volkan. So, like I said before, I'm ready for 50 minutes of hell, and I don't want to predict I'm gonna knock him out in the first, in the second, or submit him. A fight is a fight. You never know. I'm ready for everything, I've been training my striking, my wrestling, and my grappling, putting on a new level, and also my cardio. So if it goes to the distance, I'm happy. If it happen a knockout or a submission, I'm also happy. For me, it's important the performance and the fight, And on this day, I want to perform at the best, and you're gonna see all on Saturday what I was doing the last 2 months.